Speaking of media malfeasance and the left's malfeasance on the gun control issue and the fact that every mass shooting now has become a cause celeb, that this has become the club to wield against law-abiding gun owners, the media have really done an outsized job here. So I just want to show you some of the things the media have been doing because they're truly insane. So ABC News had a tape of a guy named Scott Pappalardo. You've never heard of Scott Pappalardo. Scott Pappalardo is some dude who they found on Facebook. Why are they putting him on ABC News' Twitter feed? Well, because he's a gun owner and he decided to destroy his gun for some odd reason. Here's a video of him talking about it.
Hi, my name is Scott Pappalardo, and this is my pre-ban, legally registered AR-15, which I purchased over 30 years ago. Now, I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment, and I even have it tattooed on my arm. And a lot of people have said to me, well, what do you need to own a weapon like that for? Its only purpose is to kill. And I'll be honest, it's a lot of fun to shoot. I remember after Sandy Hook happened, I said to my wife, I'd gladly give this gun up if it would save the life of just one child. I've decided today I'm going to make sure this weapon will never be able to take a life. The barrel of this gun will never be pointed at someone. Is the right to own this weapon more important than someone's life? A weapon like this that can cause so much death and destruction?
And then he goes ahead and he takes a saw and he proceeds to saw the gun in half, essentially. So he actually walks out there. You can see him doing this routine.
Now, people have always said there's so many of them out there. Well, now.
Okay, so first point here is that what he actually just did is sort of illegal. You're not allowed to saw off long weapons and make them into shorter weapons. Second of all, it's stupid. The reason it's stupid is because that gun was not going to be used to shoot a child. I mean, it's been in his hands for 30 years. Has it ever been used to shoot a child? Has it ever been used to shoot anyone? Listen, would I be willing to give up my Mossberg 500 and my 9mm Glock? Would I be willing to give those guns up to save the life of a child? Sure, I'd be willing to give those guns up to save a life of a child, right? You have a guy standing next to me and he says, I'm going to shoot this child unless you give up your guns. Obviously, I give up the guns. It's a no-brainer. But that's not the choice. That's a false choice. My guns are not going to be used to kill the child, and nobody is blackmailing me to give up my guns or they're going to shoot a child. That gun had never been used in anger against another human being. And this guy seems like a decent fellow. My presumption is that if he saw a mass shooting taking place, he would go grab his gun and try to take down the mass shooter. He wouldn't go and join the mass shooter. But this is the false binary that's been created. Every gun is the threat. That gun was not a threat because the guy who owns the gun is not a threat. My gun is not a threat. It's locked up in my safe. My gun is only a threat to somebody who would harm my family and hurt people I love. And this is true for the vast